Are we rolling?
We're rolling. Action.
Okay. Action. My name is Christy Sincera, and I'm the president of the Consumer Advocacy Group. This message is for President Obama. Mr. Obama, President Obama, you said during the healthcare summits that you receive over 40,000 letters a day, so I thought maybe we could reach you via video instead. So I thought maybe I'll make a video and post it on YouTube, and maybe in some strange act of God, you will end up getting it. So here's what I want to say to you. This is my letter. Dear President Obama, we are very, very, very upset over the stimulus package and the healthcare summits that you had and everything else that you're trying to do. I appreciate your ambition, but you are trying to squeeze too many things into a very small time frame. And when you do that, when you do work like that, you don't really get anything done effectively or correctly. It's like what I tell my employees all the time. I'd much rather, it doesn't impress me that you're at work for 12 hours a day. It impresses me that you work effectively and that you provide the kind of customer service that we need and that you do things for our clients that we need. That's what's more impressive. And so it actually is not impressive to me that you're trying so hard to make all of these changes. What's more impressive is if you would actually make change that works. So change doesn't mean anything if it doesn't affect us in a positive way. So far, all the things that you've done are things that affect most homeowners in a negative way. They have negative impacts. For instance, the stimulus package. I don't understand. I'm in shock at how you can create a stimulus package that has a bailout program, a $700 billion bailout program, and give banks like Bank of America $51 billion without any accountability. It's frustrating. And Bank of America customers keep coming into my office and still needing help, but yet Bank of America reports high profit margins. It's not fair. And so the lack of accountability, I was interviewed on TV the day the stimulus package came out, and they asked me what I thought about it. And you know what I said? Unfortunately, I'm afraid that it's just a dog and pony show, because I read through your stimulus package word for word, and I realized that the one thing that it lacks is the one thing that it needed, which was accountability. There was no accountability for any of the banks, and it's frustrating for homeowners to watch, you know, billions and billions and billions of dollars just go into these big businesses and these lenders, and without any specific mandate to help anybody. And so when you're talking about HAMP or HOFA or the MHA program or all of these things that you've devised, you have to look at how it helps the average homeowner on Main Street. I can see how it has helped your banks, and I can see how it has helped you know, your buddies up there in Washington and on Wall Street, but how, if you just go from town to town to town and ask the average homeowner, are you better now than you were a year ago? I'm pretty sure that the answer you would get is no. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our state has been hit tremendously by this housing crisis, and most people are over 50% underwater. And they're not even looking to get into a position where they are not upside down. They're just looking to be able to maintain their mortgage payments. And it's not a matter of people that have out-mortgaged themselves like you guys have keep saying. These aren't people that, you know, have gone out and gotten 10 or 15 mortgages they could never afford. These are people that were in their homes, that were convinced by some loan officer or realtor or whomever, mortgage broker, that it would be better for them to refinance, because what was happening at the time, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, between 2000 and 2006 or 7, and they were all told at closing not to worry about the type of loan they were getting into because they would be able to refinance, and then everyone got stuck and no one was able to refinance. And now these adjustable rate mortgages are killing us. They're killing these homeowners out here, and the stimulus package doesn't help that. You should have put accountability and put some specific mandates in there that say things like, if you are in an adjustable rate mortgage, it's guaranteed that we're going to get you out of that and into this type of loan. If you're, and the 31% mortgage debt to income off gross, I mean, come on now, off gross? No one lives off their gross. So how can you make a plan that works from people's gross income? It doesn't even make any sense. 31% of your gross income should not matter. 31% of your net income is what should matter. And these banks playing games, here's all I want to say. I just would like to invite you to call 1-800-669-0102. I think it's the old number for the customer service home retention department for Countrywide, now Bank of America. And after you sit on hold for 45 minutes to an hour, if you're lucky. You get to talk to someone who may or may not speak English, if you're lucky, and they have about 4 minutes to talk to you, if you're lucky, and most of them say, I'm sorry, we have no programs to help you. And they're denying people literally because of $3, $5 discrepancies in their income. It's ridiculous. It's not fair, and it's ridiculous. And so here's why you probably will not serve a second term. And let me just preface this by saying, I had Obama signs in my front yard because I got on this change bandwagon. I got on this hope bandwagon. I watched her acceptance speech 3 times and literally cried the first time, thinking I was really literally watching American history. It was just this amazing moment that we all saw when you won. And it was awesome for all of us because we believed in you. But we're starting to lose hope because the words that you're using are without merit. The words that you're using don't have any kind of meat to them. And when you're talking in the healthcare summits and you say that you want to help people, but you're actually trying to force healthcare plans that not even you would accept, while you're bragging about how you have the best healthcare in town because you got a private doctor. You're talking about healthcare issues that Congress won't even accept for themselves, but you're trying to mandate and force that on us. It's ridiculous. And so, are you the guy that's going to bring about change? I have no idea, but what I can tell you right now is I can probably guarantee you that you will not be given a second chance, a second term. You will not be given the opportunity that you've been given right now if you don't start listening to the people and stop listening to those people around you. Harry Reid is not helping us. Nancy Pelosi is not helping us. Paulson, all of those people, Bernanke, none of those people that you have around you that have said that they're trying to help us are going to be helping us. And Harry Reid is trying to help us right now because he's in the middle of a midterm election out here in Nevada. And let me tell you, he's going to do everything he can to all of a sudden be, Mr. Nevada. But we've seen his record. He could have done so much for us on the housing crisis out here, and he's chosen not to do it. And I unfortunately, I'm hoping that Harry Reid is going to count on Nevadans doing what they've always done and just voting him into office. And I think he's going to be in for a big surprise personally. But I want to know that the money that I spent on your campaign, because I donated money to your campaign, I think what I'm asking is either create real change and talk to real people who really need it instead of having these tent revivals from town to town. You know what a tent revival is? It's a sugar high. That's all it is. That's what you do. You go around from town to town to town and you give out this sugar high. And people get all excited and they're like, woohoo, Obama! And they don't even know what they're yelling about. It's like some religious zealot that doesn't even actually know what they believe in. They just get excited because of the hype that you're in town and you've passed out the candy and they've all drank the red Kool-Aid, but it's not real. And so what I would like is for you to, you're laughing and you're shaking the camera, I think. This is the truth. I'm being honest. I know that a lot of my clients, I have 400 clients on my roster, and they've all expressed these exact same views to me. Go from town to town to town and talk to real people about how you can really implement change that really helps us. Don't go from town to town to town and pass out candy and red Kool-Aid and have these tent revivals. Do something real and do something that works and do something that's really going to help us. And stop allowing these banks to get away with murder. I mean, no one's going back to the false appraisals. No one's going back to the loan officers, the realtors that got these people in here. I'm sure that they probably should have had some kind of fiduciary duty, but everyone got stuck, and it happened by the millions that no one's going to be held accountable. So all we can do is look to you and ask you to please, please, please implement plans that make people more accountable for their actions. And if Bank of America is giving $51 billion, which I understand that they've paid back, but if Bank of America is given money, there should be specific mandates to actually do something with that money. And if you're going to create healthcare policies, you should listen to people and how it can help people, and stop telling us to not read in between the lines and read the fine print because we should just trust you, because that's what we did when we voted you into office. We didn't read the fine print, we didn't read in between the lines, and we did just trust you. And I think all I'm asking you right now is to either give me my campaign money back. I gave you $500. I think I just need you to give me my campaign money back because it's not true what you said, and change isn't really working. Or create real change that's really going to help all of us here. My company is the Consumer Advocacy Group. My number is 478-5369. That is area code 702-702-478-5369. You can call me at work. I'm always available to talk to you. You can come down and visit me anytime you want, anytime you're in town. But I would really, really like for you to start discussing with actual people on Main Street that need your help, that voted you into office. Start discussing some real plans for some real change. That's all I'm asking for. And it can't possibly be that much to ask for. But otherwise, we're going to end up seeing Sarah Palin in office. And I'll save that for another video. Okay? Okay, thanks.